beginning of the road there for you, and heading all the way over towards the far right-hand side. So we've got enough work for everyone coming in behind you. Welcome, watch your step. Don't forget to grab the paper at the beginning of the row, and heading all the way over towards the far right. Keep in mind there's only 2 boards per bench, so you're not squishing together. Row. Welcome, watch your step. Don't forget to grab the paper at the beginning of the row, and it's heading over towards the right-hand side. Alright, well, how is everyone doing today? Good. Well, my name is Kate Disney. I'm here to teach you how to draw one of our classic characters. I've also got Natasha up there at the top as well. She's going to be here to help you, so that if your pencil happens to break, she can help you out with that. You want to make sure you're getting really nice and high and keep it up as well so we can spot you. But if you need to leave class early for any reason, we understand that. Your exit doors are the same doors you entered in. So these 3 doors over here on the far left-hand side of the classroom, you have to give a great big push, just like Natasha's demonstrating, and then we'll send you out on your way. Alright, well, for this class, we're going to be drawing a classic Disney character who happens to be Mickey Mouse's best friend. He was also named after a planet in our solar system as well, which of course got downgraded. But does anybody know who I might be talking about? Yeah, Pluto. Well, Pluto, he's going to start with a basic geometric shape. All of our characters do. And he starts with a circle. But as you're picking up those pencils, you notice that something's missing on the end, an eraser. And that's because we'll be lightly sketching out our character. Lines that we do want to keep, we're going to go back and lock those lines in. That way all those outlines are going to fade away into the background. So what a rough sketch is all about is getting your ideas on that sheet of paper. So it's supposed to look rough and definitely a little messy on the page too. Right down the center of paper, we want to create a circle. I'd say about the size of a tennis ball. Baseball is a good size. When you're sketching out your circle, make sure you're using that whole entire arm when you draw, and not just the wrist. Because if it's just using your wrist, it's more like writing than it is drawing. And also, make sure you save enough room at the bottom of the circle for that muzzle and that lower jaw too. A lot of his features are going to take place below that original circle. So as I'm using my whole entire arm just to sketch out my circle, also I've got lots and lots of lines and not just one line. And I'm kind of blending my lines together so it looks like it's one circle. But within our circle, we're also drawn a couple of construction lines. And these lines are going to help us anchor down the features of the face. So I'm very lightly sketching out one line that goes right down the middle of the circle, so it divides it in half. And for a second construction line at the bottom of the circle, I'm going to draw in a line going from right to left or left to right. Well, next we're going to draw in some ovals, or you can also think of them more as like squish circles as well. And they're going to sit right in the corner where our 2 construction lines are meeting. It's actually a little bit wider than that first original circle too. So I'm going to very lightly sketch out one oval sitting over here on the right hand side, touching both of those construction lines. And doing the same thing over on the left. And it's totally okay if all 3 of these circular objects are overlapping, because mine are definitely overlapping here for me. So this way we have our basic foundation for Pluto. And now that we've got our foundation though, we can start to create in some details to make it look like him. So right where our 2 ovals are meeting, I'm going to draw in another oval sitting here on its side. Pluto is actually based off of a bloodhound, so his nose is rather large, but this is also something I want to keep, so I'm going back to lock that in. Well, his nose sits on the end of the snout. Since we're looking at him straight ahead, you want to be able to see that the nose looks like it's coming forward to us, so a little bit further on our page. So right up above the nose, I'm drawing in a stretched out rainbow, and stretching this on either side of the nose. He's got 3 snout lines. So right up above that one, drawing in another rainbow shape. And one more right up above that one. With those snout lines in place, we can start to form in his cheeks. Now to sketch out his cheeks, what we'll do is connect our third snout line to our oval and our circular meeting. So this is just a little rainbow shape. And going back and locking that in. I'll do the same thing over here on this side. With those cheeks locked in, we can give him a smile. And for the smile right inside those cheeks that we just created, I'm going to draw in some little sideways letter J's or little candy cane shapes. And do the same thing over here on the side. With that being the smile, we can also go back and lock in the rest of the muzzle. And this is really where you can pick out your favorite lines along the side. So if you thought it got too big or too small, you can always resize it as you lock it in. So never feel like you have to stick to those original lines that we sketched out for him at all. I'm going to stop right before I meet the construction line in the middle. And doing the same thing over here on the side. Well, to connect them in the middle, I'm going to do is curve it up towards the nose just a little bit and curve it back down to bridge those two shapes together. And going back and locking that in. We'll also give him an open mouth smile. Now to open up the mouth, we'll go back in towards the smile lines in our smile here on either side. I'm going to very lightly sketch out a curved line, stretching right down through the muzzle. I'll do the same thing over here on the right side. And where these two are poking out, we'll connect them at the bottom by drawing in a letter U shape. So I'm very lightly sketching those in together. With an open mouth, we'll also see the lower lip too. And that's by drawing in another U shape right underneath our first one. So I'm creating in a little thickness to his lips. But when Pluto is super happy, what is usually hanging out of that open mouth? Yeah, his tongue. And for the tongue, you can have the tongue stick out towards the left or the right. Doesn't really matter either way for him. I'm going to stick out his tongue over towards the right-hand side. So I'm going to cut back to this first U shape that we made on the left. I'm going to draw in a candy cane shape sitting at an angle. And going back and locking that in. Right next to that candy cane, I'm going to draw in a second candy cane. The second candy cane is going to loop around the first one into a letter J or a hook shape. I'm going to curve that right back up to that first U shape that we made. So this way you've got the tongue in place. And with the tongue locked in, we can also go back and lock in the rest of the letter U over here on the side. So anything that's not being covered up by the tongue. Alright, so this way I've already created the bottom half of Pluto. And with the bottom half in place, we can move up to most expressive part for any character, those eyes. Pluto has very wide eyes because he has to spot those chipmunks way before Mickey does. So we're going to hop up towards the top part of the circle, and right in the middle, I'm going to draw in a small little curved V shape. To give a little separation in between those two squish eyes. From that curved V shape, we'll curve this up towards the top of the circle and dropping it right back down towards the cheek. So I'm just going to push this up towards the top of the circle. So I'm creating in a letter M, or you can also think of it as a heart shape here as well. And just doing the same thing over here on the right side. With the eyes being squished in together, I'm also going to go back and lock in that middle construction line all the way down towards that third snout line for him. Something that helps to make the eyes a little bit more expressive are the eyebrows. The eyebrows follow the curve right up above the eye, so there are a couple of hill shapes, and you can also push these outside of the circle, and it curves that right back in. And doing the same thing over here on the left side. Pluto's also got a little bump on the back of the head. Even though he's looking straight ahead, we're still able to see an indication for the bump. So in between the two eyebrows, drawing in a small little hill. We'll also go back and lock in the side of the head too, from the eyebrows down towards those cheeks. We'll give him some pupils to wake him up. And for the pupils, you can place them anywhere inside those eyes you want. You can have them thinking, looking at your neighbor, googly-eyed, or place them, put little doggy bones there for him. But I'll have them look straight ahead, and that's by placing the pupils right there on that third snout line. And there are small oval shapes, or you can also think of them more as like a watermelon seeds or apple seeds here too. But however you sketch those pupils in, you want to make sure that they're the darkest part of the sketch. This is where all the focus is going to, is right inside the eyes. So making sure that they're standing out nice and dark. But there's still something that we're missing for our sketch of Pluto, right? What are we missing for his portrait? Yeah, his ears. Where the ears sit be through the middle of the circle. So it's like right about here and right about here. You can have fun with the ears, so you can have going any which way you want. So you want to remember with the ear, is they're going to be bigger at the bottom than they're at the top. So look like a long stretched out teardrop shape. You can definitely play around and have some fun with the ears too. But I'll start here on the side of the head. I'm going to stretch out a curved line. So I'm stretching this out and down, past the muzzle and towards the bottom of the chin. Once I curve it at the bottom, I'm going to make a U-turn. So this is the widest part of the ear. And as you're curving it back closer towards the head, you want to curve it back thinner as you go. So this way you're getting that stretched out teardrop shape that we're looking for with the ear. I'm going back and locking that into place. I'll have the other ear be waving at you. You don't have to do the same thing that I do. But on the side of the head, I'm going to draw in a curved line. So I'm going to curve this up and loop it around. Mine kind of looks like a question mark sitting on its side. Again, making that U-turn at the bottom. And as you curve it back closer towards the head, still curving it back thinner as you go. So you still get that stretched out teardrop shape to the ears, even when they're pointed up there for. And with the ears locked in, you can also go back and lock in or darken up any of those lines that might have faded away throughout our drawing process. You can even give him some little whiskers or even some whisker dots there for him as well. But the last step an artist needs to make is a signature. And you can sign your name wherever you feel it fits best. But after all done, you have just sketched out your very own Pluto. So how did we do? Pretty good? Did we have fun? Yeah, that's the most important part about drawing, is having fun with this anyway. Well, I would love to see each and every one of your sketches before you go. So on the count of 3, go and show me how you did. But don't forget, take a look around, because everybody drew him different. You're all different artists, you're supposed to have your own unique art style as well. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. Pluto, let's take a look. Very nice job over here, looking super cute. Excellent work over here as well, definitely maximizing on your pages here too. Having fun with those eyes and ears too, I see. Looking great in the back rows from what I can see. Excellent work over here as well. Well, I have to say, I'm impressed with each and every one of you. You all graduate from the Animation Academy. So give yourselves all a big round of applause for just graduating. Congratulations, very nice job. Well,